no plot.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So what we read.
Yeah. What have you read?
We'll start with the one that really does not relate to the rest of this podcast.
Okay.
I am reading very slowly The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It is very good. I would not recommend you read it. It's definitely not a you book.
But hardly anything is a me book.
This is a book for people who, like, take reading and the craftsmanship of writing seriously.
Yeah, that's not me.
I wouldn't... Yeah, it's not you.
That's fair. But it's pretty.
It is pretty. This is actually, like, the special edition.
Oh.
I didn't know it when I bought it. I just bought it. I think I didn't even see it. I just bought it on... No, you bought this for me.
Did I buy you?
Yeah, this is one of the books that was on my list that you picked at random.
Listen, I don't remember what I bought you.
No, you got this for me.
Okay.
And you bought me a special edition that had a special introduction from the author that has, like... It has the fancy pages in the front, but it's only in the front, which actually bothers me. Let it be the same material.
Now. I hate that.
It's the glossy pages.
That's gross.
I don't know what else is fancy about it other than that, and then it has a blue cover instead of a black cover on the dust jacket, and it has a nice little bookmark, which I will one day just rip off completely, like I did for a notebook recently.
Yeah, the bookmarks are useless.
I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a slow read. It's not I can get through 100 pages in an hour read. The other book I read...
Yes! Tell me.
Is much more on par or on theme.
Yes.
The Undercover Duke by Sabrina Jeffries. Now, I have a bad habit of picking up random books in a series instead of actually... This goes back to my teenage years. But it's more prevalent with these, like, romance series that, like, every sibling has their own book.
Yep.
So this is the last book in a series. It's okay. Despite the reviews, you don't have to read the other books before this.
Because they're all technically standalone.
Yeah, and even though they're all following the same plot, the same scheme or get up, you don't need, like, you catch up pretty quickly in Undercover Duke. The plot is the heroine is husband hunting essentially and has identified this duke. The duke in question is one of, I don't know, there's so many siblings and half siblings, I don't know. But the duke in question is investigating the murder of his parent, his dad, and the 3 previous husbands of his mother. Yeah, exactly. And it's like the most batshit bananas thing where they're like, they've all died at these parties. It has to be a woman close to our mother. And I'm like, either it's your mom.
Right?
Or
like
it's
number one.
Yeah, or it's the estate manager.
Yeah.
Those are your really 2 options. But they're convinced it's another high aristocratic lady in her circle who is not currently talking to her, by the way. It wouldn't have been at, like, the last party.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I don't read it. I see you over. You grabbed it from me to, like, look at it.
I just wanted to glance at the cover.
No, yeah, the cover is the cover is something else. You know, why are they making out in public?
Because that's
in
the
the
thing
bright in the broad daylight. It doesn't make sense. Also, I think the dress is wrong. Actually, probably all the dresses. We don't need to get into that.
All right, what else have you read? Those are your 2?
Those are my 2. I'm a busy woman. But hold on. I do want to not review. I want you to take a look at a book that I bought on impulse off of the grocery store shelves. And you didn't even notice that grocery stores sold romance books.
Correct.
In mass.
Yes. Had no idea.
So I bought this, and Justin noticed immediately something special about the cover.
Okay.
And started making fun of me. I would like to see if you do too.
Now with larger print. Are you a grandma who can... Hold on now. Now with larger print. How old are you? 80?
Well, have I shown you how thick my glasses are?
Jesus, you blind bat.
Have I shown you how thick my glasses are?
Now with larger print. Jesus. Yeah, you fucking blind, girl.
I would like to say I did not intentionally buy the large print version, but I'm actually very grateful that I did.
Larger print. That may be my favorite thing I've seen on that. You know who these are marketed to? Not young people. Alright, now with larger, and even larger print is larger than now with. Like, it's making sure you know it's a larger print. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, alright.
So that's what I've been up to.
That's hilarious.
I'm embracing that I'm blind.
I mean, you kind of have to at this point. You got a book that says it.
What have you been reading?
Oh, yeah. What have I been reading? Well, let me just tell you. I'm not proud of it. So, I finished Mind to Lose. And then, let's see. I don't even remember it. I think I wrote a little bit of notes. We can talk about that later, though. Sweet Venom. And then the Kings of Denver, which have all been remarketed with the word pucking in them. So not your pucking, girl.
Remarketed with the word parking in them.
Yeah, they were released as a different thing. And then they were like, well, let's clean it up a little.
And add a pun.
Yeah, so now it's not your pucking, girl. In your pucking dreams.
So it was fucking originally?
I don't know what they were. I think they were just called the Kings of Denver and then probably the names of the men. I'm not sure.
I do love the pun. It's probably the best part of the book.
Yeah, it definitely is the best part, even though it doesn't fit well. The book 3, Kiss My Pucking Bass or Bass or who the hell knows? For one, there's no mention of a musician in this.
It's probably supposed to be Kiss My Pucking. It sounds like they're trying to get rid of curse words in the title.
Right, but it literally, no one likes to fish, for one, and no one plays music. Like, no one's a musician.
So do you want a music enthusiast?
No.
Is that a position in hockey?
I doubt it. If it is, I'm sorry that I don't know that. Alright, the last one is...
Apologies to the hockey fans.
Yeah, apologies. The last one was, don't you pucking dare. Like that one? Alright, fine. And then, The Crazed Candy, which is Killers and Kings. Alright, I read the first one in it, and then I read Sweet Violence. Those are off the wall. Off the wall. Okay? She's a killer of demons, and that's all I could say. Just truly off the wall. The Chicago Ruthless. I read Dante and Joey. 2 different books. And then The Lake that I refuse to finish. I'm not finishing it. I do not care. It's trash. I'm not finishing it.
And that's not a romance novel, is it?
No, it was a suspense, but the suspense is like a young adult suspense. So it's like, ooh, we did a bad thing years ago. No one fucking cares. No one cares about what you did. No one cares. Boring. People leaving them notes like, oh, I know what you did.
I know what you did last summer.
Right, I know what you did last summer. But my point is, worthless is what it is. I think I made it to page like, I don't know, 196 or something. I'm over it. I'm halfway through. I'm not finishing it. I'm not finishing it. So that's what I've done. I'm ashamed of a couple, but that's okay.
I was peeking at your iPad and like the Denver, was it Denver, yeah. Detroit, whatever, the hockey one,
Denver.
The cover is almost exactly the same. Mm-hmm. For all 4 books.
You've got skates, you've got a stick, and you've got a puck. And that
just in different arrangements.
Yes.
Okay.
It's literally the same, though.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yep. And then Joey doesn't even have a cover on Goodreads. But this is the cover.
Yes, the the giant and the tiny lady.
It's like someone who got Photoshopped for the first time and really didn't know how to use it. Like, look at those proportions.
Yeah, the scale is not right. The man's head is half of her body.
It is. It's a ridiculous size.
His nose is half of her face.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to appreciate the simplicity in the title, though. It's just Joey.
Yeah, it's just the names of the people.
It's just Joey.
Like Dante. It's just Dante.
He doesn't tell you anything else.
No. It's like, here's a person's name.
From the cover, I assume it's a giant man and a tiny woman.
Yeah.
Which is like 2 of our bingo squares.
Yeah, it's smut bingo. Yeah, it is. I don't even think I used that one. Might have to go in and add it. But, yep, that's all I got. These are the things I've read. So what kind of red flags? Red flags and triggers. What we got? You got anything?
If you marry a man
Oh, no.
who is investigating the murders of his father and previous stepfathers, but they were your mom's husbands before you were born, and he doesn't tell you about this, and you don't actually find out about it from him.
Yeah.
But from his family after he leaves you on your wedding night to go downstairs and talk about the murders, and you discover it when you wake up alone. That's a red flag. I kid you not. They have a really badly written sex scene. She goes to sleep immediately.
Oh no!
We should also
like
add
where this is going.
to the bingo card is like you have sex and then you just fall asleep immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. He's like, I'm gonna go get her food, but then immediately, instead of getting her food like a good new husband, he goes downstairs and meets with the rest of his family who is still around. And talks about murder. And you come downstairs in the middle of this meeting, and your brand new husband, can't look you in the face as the rest of his family tells you what's happening. And she's like, and, by the way, one of the women, who they suspect for no reason, is her mother.
Oh, God.
There's no, like, evidence that's presented about why they think any of the husbands were murdered. Yeah. They just think that they were murdered. Okay. Maybe it's revealed in one of the earlier books of the series.
That you missed out on.
But, like, it's like 1812. The best you can do is guess that they've been poisoned because there's no mention of them getting, like, shot or assassinated.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
No
like,
evidence.
At all.
Nothing. They just like, someone murdered our parents! It must be a woman!
It's always... It has to be.
Anyway, that's my red flag.
Oh my God.
If they're in the middle of a murder investigation and they didn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you probably should disclose that. Like, hey, by the way, this important thing that I'm doing.
When your mom's involved, by the way.
Right? Ugh, conflict of interest at its finest right there. Is that the only red flag you got?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have one. So in the book, Dante, by Miss Sadie Kincaid, the main female character used to be a nurse. So yeah, alright. He, kidnaps her, and he's like, well, I'm gonna figure out a way for you to pay off your brother's debt that he owes me, right? Yeah, don't start. I see that look. I understand. He kidnaps the woman. He knows she used to be a nurse. So he's like, I will give you this makeshift operating room, and you can do doctor things, like stitches and, surgery kind of, things. What nurse does that? What nurse does any of that? None. Okay, red flag.
You stitch, right?
No.
No
nurses. The advanced practice ones can, but or if some, depending on the scope, we don't do it.
Okay.
No, because it's considered a minor surgical procedure.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so you have to. Okay, red flag is I'm just annoyed that no one looked into that. All right, know what a nurse does if you're gonna write about them. That's all. That's all I gotta say. That's my red flag and trigger. My annoyance. I think the rest I can deal with. Don't lie about what I can do. You're practicing out scope.
Do minor research.
Yeah, just quick Google. Then you'd be like, oh, maybe let's not put that in there. No, she's like a full-on, like, taking care of people who are shot. And it's like, okay.
Because, like, as a nurse, you don't have your own practice unless you're a nurse practitioner.
Right.
Right.
You have to have that advanced degree. But she was an ER nurse. And while they are familiar with all that and probably can do it, don't assume that that's all they're good for. But this writer did. And it really aggravated me within, like, the first 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's all I got.
We had a whole discussion last week about me reading about a history major.
I know. Our backgrounds really ruined some books for us.
What, like, in the most minor way? It's weird that mine came up. Yours is expected.
I hate mine. Yeah, reading about anything on medical field makes me want to gouge my eyes out. It's just like, immediately. Can't even watch TV anymore with, like, that's in medical.
And you used to love Grey's.
And Scrubs.
And House.
House. I can't watch any of them anymore. It really ruined me. I mean, I just can't do it. Getting out my fancy dandy notebook here. What? I got some opinions and I wrote some down. Alright. So I'm gonna go back to the Kings of Denver.
Yeah, okay. Let's go through your notes.
Okay. Book 1. Not Your Pucking Girl. We got Danielle and we got Miller. Alright? Danielle is a PR journalist major. Miller's obviously the team captain. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Has to be the team captain.
Yes.
Can't be like a bench warmer. No. Team captain.
They are always the studs.
I honestly can't tell you anything about the book. I don't remember it.
Signs of a great book.
So, with that said, I looked at some 1-star reviews on the Goodreads. And one just wrote, "Girl, this sucked." That was the whole review. And that's very nice of them. The next one, 1-star review that I really liked was, "I wish every character died in that fire and that it happened sooner." Now, if that doesn't give you the want to read it, I don't know what would. Every character died in that fire. Like, everyone. She didn't have a good character in the book. Like, that person was like, I hate everyone. Fired. That's all I have to say about that book. Second book, In Your Pucking Dreams, we've got Cassie and Jackson. Now, they were high school sweethearts. She runs away, doesn't tell him where she's going. Now she's back because she was like, oh, I was miserable because I ran away.
You're 18, calm down.
Right? It's like 2 or whatever, I don't know, 3 years later, however many, it doesn't even matter. But yeah, she left. Yeah, knew that he was going to, like, ask her to marry him. And she's like, bitch, I'm out. She runs away to New York. Now she's back. That's the premise of the book. So now they're like, oh, we're still in love. But now he's like a man whore because she broke his heart, of course.
Yes, as all man whores are born.
So, also he's a team captain because it's the next year.
Of course.
So he's now the next team captain of this team. The only other notes I have is she gets a stalker, gets kidnapped, he saves her. That's about it. My favorite 1-star review, it's like a car crash and I can't look away.
That sounds like a 5-star review, not a 1-star
Like,
review.
I literally could not look away. I mean. Alright, book 3, Kiss My Pucking. I'm gonna say base. I don't know.
Can I say, these are all 5-star book titles.
Right? The rebranding. Okay?
Yeah, the rebrand. More successful than Twitter.
Yeah. We're not getting into that. For a hockey series, you would expect mainly the hockey, right? So we have Charlie, who was a runaway. She left her home. Her mom was a druggie. She's like, I'm getting out of here.
Of course.
So she runs away, and while she's running away, she stumbles upon this bar. And the owner of the bar is like, oh, I'll give you can stay in the apartment upstairs, and I'll save you, or whatever. And then we've got Xander. Okay? He doesn't even like hockey. He does it because his daddy wants him to do it. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be an MMA fighter, but he can't do that, so he goes underground. He does underground fights. He even gets kicked off the hockey team at one point, and it's like, I don't even feel like this is a hockey story. Like, you literally left. It's not your passion. Why are we here? Why are you in this series? We're MMA. Alright? My favorite review was, LOL, honestly, I don't know why I started reading the series, but I'm still here for some unexplained reason. Same girl, same. I am still here. This is probably my favorite book of the series, though. I'm giving it a lot of hate. It is probably my favorite book. They were misfits, and they really misfit together. However, she got kidnapped. Also, I don't know why everyone's getting kidnapped, but why not? Someone's got to be a hero, right?
It's a very popular thing.
Oh no, I've been kidnapped. Like, shut up. Anyways, moving on to the last book. Don't you fucking dare. Alright? We've got Sophie and Tank. They were actually...
Tank?
Yes.
Is that his legal name?
I don't know. I feel like it's not, but I can't remember enough about the story to tell you it is or isn't. Anyways, they were the best friends of the first stories, like, couple. So
it circles back around.
Kinda. Yeah, so we got Sophie and Tank. Sophie's a journalist now. They're no longer in college. Tank's in the, big league, whatever it's called. Fancy hockey.
NHL.
Yeah, that thing. He's doing that. Now, this whole premise, okay? She gets pregnant.
No.
Now, hold on. I literally got to the first line of my note. Gets pregnant. Okay? Are you with me? She is a investigative journalist. Goes on to this, big story of these horrible people, and this horrible people knocks at her front door, kicks her, obviously abuses her, don't you dare look into our stuff, kind of thing, intimidation. Beats her. So she loses the baby.
No!
Oh no! Yes. Okay, so that happens. And then, of course, it's the fallout of that marriage, because they're already married. And
oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait, she's already married to Tank?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've already been married.
So the romance has already happened.
Basically. But now it's I don't know what they called it. It's not
like a reconciliation?
Yeah, it's just trash. It's oh no, it's my fault. And then she
well, it's not her fault.
I hear you.
No one invited those men to her door.
I hear you. I do. However, she's wrote as, it's my fault. I'm so sorry. Now I have to leave this guy who loves me unconditionally.
Oh my god.
So she runs back home. And of course he follows. And this is
well, yeah, she ran to a place where he would
right,
follow.
The one place he would know to go back to. Yeah. There's no real story there. They get back together. Obviously can't have kids or whatever because of all the damage that was done during the beating. Don't start with me. Don't look at me like that. And they end up adopting. So that's the whole story. And that's the fourth book of that series. And I'm glad it was the last. You got some 1 stars? Well, 2 stars?
They're 2 stars because I didn't find the 1 stars particularly engaging. Half of them did not finish this book.
Yeah, that's fair. Usually that's what a 1 star ends up being.
So the first one.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's an amazing constructed review.
Alright, what book is it for?
It's for Undercover Duke.
Okay.
We're still here. We're still with Undercover Duke.
Yes.
This woman, Violetta.
Oh, what a name.
Her 2-star review, which I had to give a hard like to, was, Mom, can we get some Bridgerton on the way? Mom, we have Bridgerton at home. The Bridgerton at home is Duke Undercover.
That is such a good jab. It's perfect. It's
it is.
We wanted this mainstream thing and now you're getting the off-brand of an off-brand.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it feels, except there's an attempt at intrigue, but it's a very failed attempt at intrigue.
Yeah.
Because it's from the start, you're it was definitely this one. None of your other suspects make any sense.
Yep.
It was definitely this one.
Yeah.
I know I started with the last book in the series, but you don't need to read the rest. You get it. You get the plot. There's several reviews that are like, oh no, if you start at the last one, you won't be confused.
Mm-hmm.
You understand. There's been murders. They're investigating it. He's the main guy on the job. Why he's the main guy on the job when he's the second youngest out of like 5 siblings? I don't know. That's not... But you get the point.
Yeah. Oh.
The other review is more of a review of this review.
Oh, God. Yes.
Which Gloria wrote,
Mm-hmm.
The hero is an obtuse, destitute duke who has a numbers disability. ? So he struggles with his account books, puzzled by his estate's continued lack of solvency. And then she goes on. It's very clear that this man has dyslexia. Now, I would never expect when you're writing a romance set in, I don't know, circa 1800...
Yep, somewhere.
For them to go, this man has dyslexia.
Sure.
But when you describe 6s looking like 9s and also like 7s and 4s, you pretty much fill in the gap of going, this guy has dyslexia. It makes sense that he might not be able to add numbers accurately.
Yeah. Got some issues.
Like, of course he struggles with his account books. And while he's puzzled with his estate's lack of solvency, he just got the estate, Gloria. It was just given to him. He doesn't know the last 30 years of accounts. Give him a hot minute to do some homework.
No, he should immediately know everything that's happened ever before. Like, ever before. Everything.
He never even meant to get this estate. His, uncle died, who apparently had no children to take the estate himself. And so, he got it. He was supposed to be some aristocrat fuck-all in a colony somewhere, I guess. I don't know. But his wife, who tricks him into marriage, accidentally, well, on purpose, she's magically good at numbers and looks at what the account manager has been doing and goes, this looks funny. Because she's been managing her father's estate since she was 10, but no one is concerned about this child abuse.
Nah, it's not a problem.
I know, it really missed a big point of, having an overprotective husband. Really giving into that trope. It was right there. The fruit was right there. You could have been into it.
You could have done it. It was so close.
And, the dad's dead, fine, but the mom is still there and is a piece of shit. Where is the hot, overprotective husband? The fruit was right there. Big, juicy fruit, and it's never bitten into. No. Not for a second.
Just let that one go.
They just let it go because everyone is so concerned with how insufferable her mother is that no one addresses it or actually protects the heroine in the book.
Nah, you don't need to. It's fine. She's married now.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's fine.
There was some low-hanging fruit to give it a little juice, and there was nothing. No bite was taken.
All right.
That's my reviews of Goodreads.
Let me find. Okay. The book I did not finish.
Yeah. Tell me about The Lake.
The Lake. Beautiful cover. It's a young adult suspense. Blah blah blah. Their characters are Esme and Kayla. They were campers. They did something along 10 years ago, and now they're back as camper people, the higher ups in training. Or
the counselors.
Counselors in training. That's what they are. Anyways, a whole lot of nothing happens. They started a fire when they were little, and I do not care what happens afterwards.
Do you think she was a Twilight fan? One of the girls' name is Esme.
I mean, probably. It's real trash. Okay? Let me read you this 1-star review I just found. Okay? It says, I hated it. The ending was terrible. They actually made it to the ending. Something I will never do. What a waste. The picture on the cover was the only good thing about this book.
It is a nice picture.
Right? Got a lake, a dock. I'm at a loss as to what to do with it now that I've finished reading it. I hate to donate it, and some poor soul is as dumb as I was and added it to their collection. I can't just do that. Maybe make a doorstop. Okay. If that will sum up my feelings toward that book, I don't know. Nothing happens. Look how far I am. Nothing.
Yeah, you're probably 40%.
There's some mysterious notes that are left from the main characters of ooh, I know what happened. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I don't care. Okay? This book, trash. It can go in the trash. And I'm sorry, Natasha Preston, but it is not a good book. DNF. At halfway.
Sorry, you just gave me flashbacks to the only book I've ever DNF'd.
Yes. What was it?
It was... Oh my god. Hold on. I haven't thought about this book since I quit reading it over a decade ago.
This is gonna be great.
I don't even know if I could find the author. I think it was called Stolen. It's set in, like, Australia.
Yeah.
Where this teenage girl is kidnapped. It's a young adult. I think it's supposed to be romance, but I never made it that far.
What part did you make it?
I think I probably made it like 50% in the book at most.
I mean, if I make it 50 and it just ain't happening.
Yeah,
it ain't
oh
happening.
my god, oh my god, I'm having flashbacks.
More flashbacks.
I am, like, because I really struggled, because I was like, I don't want to DNF this book, because it's kind of like a point of pride.
Right.
To, like, I finished every book I started.
Well, that's how I felt about this one. I even wrote some real good notes on it, because I was like, you know what, I've got a lot to talk about. This is how much notes I've got, and I'm halfway through. And really, all I wrote was, Rebecca is sketchy AF. That was my main note.
This is it.
Oh, the note they left was, the lake never forgets. I'm sorry, but is that really that scary? No. I'm not having it. It's just pointless. That's all the notes I've got. I'm not finishing it, and I refuse to finish it.
Okay, I found it.
Oh.
I found it.
Yes. Tell me.
It's a debut novel.
Oh, God.
Published in 2009. So in 2009, how old was I? I was 13. I probably bought it its debut year, because I was about that age.
Yeah.
It's a 16-year-old girl who's kidnapped by a 27-year-old and taken into the middle of the desert in Australian outback.
Wait, what were the ages again?
16 and 27.
I'm gonna have to veto this immediately already. I don't care what. I don't give a
now,
shit.
I didn't
what
remember
happens.
the age difference, but I do remember feeling incredibly uncomfortable as a 13 or 14-year-old reading this.
Who rates that age difference?
In those ages. Like, if it's like a 30-year-old and like a 27.
You gotta be at least 18. Give me 18.
Yeah.
Give me 18. 16?
Yeah,
No.
and it's basically
I'm
like
not doing it.
Munchausen system. Syndrome
Stockholm.
or whatever. Yeah, Stockholm.
That's every
Not
book I've read, right?
Stockholm. Stockholm.
Yeah,
Where
Stockholm syndrome.
she's kept long enough that she becomes at least sympathetic to
Oh,
him.
God.
And I was like,
16?
Yes, 16.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah, now Gemma started to think of Ty in a good way, and Ty is happy with that. Ty wants her to realize the importance and beauty of nature.
No, I can't get behind this. I don't even I refuse to read anything that's set in high school. If you're below 18, I ain't reading it. I'm not reading it. It can't. I don't care enough. It's awful.
She's told at the end that she has feelings for Ty due to Stockholm Syndrome. I never finished the book because, one, it's told in second person.
Yeah.
And second person is a really weird narrative choice.
Right.
But also it just was not written well.
That's fair.
Yeah, okay, sorry. You just gave me, war flashbacks to this book I never finished.
Well, that's okay. Now we have two in our list that we...
I kept this on my bookshelf, though.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do.
For years.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Before I culled my book collection a few years ago. I gave away so many books to a friend, to one friend specifically, that they started a bookstore out of it.
Good Lord. You read so much.
I collect a lot of books. I don't know. I read a lot. I don't read as much as I used to. I used to be able to knock out 20 books in a summer.
Yeah.
Being an adult sucks.
That's not great.
Anyway, yeah, that's the book you just gave me flashbacks to. I bought it because the cover was really cute. It was a very simple cover.
Okay. That's our problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
I bought a cover because I was like, that cover is nice.
It was a very simple cover, a very nice, attractive cover.
Yeah. I mean, it looks great.
With nice, color contrast, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
No. We need to stop doing that.
I'll never stop doing that. Kidding me? That's why I didn't realize that the book I bought at the grocery store said larger print when I picked it up. It was entirely on
the Duke.
It was the title
it had Duke
and the
in
red.
the title, and you're like, Yes.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
I am
And
down.
when I read 4 Weddings and a Duke, I was like, maybe someone gets murdered. Maybe someone really sucks at trying to get married.
Like, why would you have 4 weddings?
Yeah,
right?
like, what's going on? I want to know.
Like, what's up?
That was entirely the reason I picked up that Kroger paperback.
You want to do some smut bingo?
Yeah!
Alright, what book did you use for your smut bingo?
Well, my only really choice was Undercover Duke, and it did not deliver.
Well, I used Joey. And let me tell you something. Yeah, we got there.
Twice, right?
Yep. Double bingo, Joey by the Sadie Kincaid. Let me just tell you what I bingoed with. I did use the free space for one of them.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
So, my first bingo was kidnapping. We got praising the good girl, you know what I'm saying?
We've talked about a lot of kidnapping.
Yeah, I mean, it's a theme. I don't know what happened, but every book I read this time, someone's getting kidnapped. The core use of the core. Like, why? Why can't we just it doesn't matter. Degrading dirty talk.
It's her core.
Yeah. We used slut a lot in this book. And say your mind, because what's more romantic than being that possessive? Alright, that was the first bingo. The next one. We got some daddy issues in that main female character. Her daddy was messed up, so we got some issues. Dirty talk was also in that one. Free space. Growling, because we just can't get by without that. What does it mean? I don't know. And then we've got the virgin and the man whore. That is my double bingo for Joey. Now, things that were included were sweet tasting, you know, how they describe every woman when they go down on her. They were always drawn to each other. My favorite, the big dick that can't fit. All right, that was one. It wasn't in my bingo. But
How
it was
can it fit?
Like, oh no. Whatever will we do? And then the dark eyes. All right, those were some other ones.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know, but people say it every time.
Growling.
Growl.
Is the Batman in my bedroom?
Like, I don't know. People like to use it though. In the signature sense. Okay, that one wasn't in this one, but it's one of my favorites.
It was in mine.
What was in yours?
It was. I don't remember specifically.
What was her smell? Was it like
know.
lavender?
Because I forgot.
Flowers.
Something flowery.
It's always flowery.
It was like lemony,
yeah.
I think. Because I forgot my notes. But he was like, oh, there's something that smells like this. And then he kept like, he started bringing her flowers in because he was like, he liked her, but he wouldn't admit that he liked her because he couldn't get married because he was a poor duke.
Sure.
And in the middle of a murder investigation.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh my God, you know I like this flower? He's like, well, you smell like it.
Oh, that's the way to a woman's heart.
It's
like, you smell like a flower, here's a flower.
Close enough to know what they smell like.
Yep. And it's always like, they'll be looking the other way and they're like, oh, I smell that scent. And it's like, oh my God, they're here. Yeah, okay.
It's always something floral.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think
I hate
my
floral
spouse
scents.
or your partner
No.
would be able to pick out a floral scent to save their life.
I couldn't even do it. I'd be like, yeah, this is gross. I don't like flowers.
I could tell you what lavender smells like and lemon.
I only lemon. I don't even think I could tell you lavender. Someone like gave me sticks of scents. I'd be like, it's a flower.
These people are like, I know what freesia smells like, chamomile. No.
I don't know.
You don't. You're not real.
I don't know any of that. I don't know any of that.
Give me a blundering man with scents. It's okay. They just smell like soap, and that's great. They smell clean.
They smell fresh.
I feel like smelling clean is a really good marker for a woman in Regency, England.
Yeah. Yeah. You just gotta smell clean.
You just smell clean. That's great.
That's nothing else.
Yeah, I had signature scent, and that was part of my almost bingo. I have Say Your Mine, of course, because part of the lady's bid in the book is that she was trying to lure the Duke in because she didn't really like the Duke. Mm-hmm. She was like, he would be tolerable as a spouse.
Oh.
And she's 25, so she's practically a spinster.
Wow, so old, man. So old. You're just so old at 25. That's crazy.
So part of her bid was like, I'm going to pretend to be really interested in this dumbass poet to make him jealous.
Yeah.
There's no basis of why this would make him jealous, by the way. It's just the plot. And so, like, the guy sincerely believes that she's into this guy's poetry. Even though anytime it's ever brought up, all she does is go, yeah, okay, it's great. She doesn't say anything of substance.
It's great.
At all about the poet's work or his plays. So I feel as if her interest in him could be very quickly debunked. But anyway, he sincerely believes this. So early on in the marriage that eventually happens.
Oh, God.
He's like, say you're mine. She's like, yes, only yours. And then he has like a crisis because he's worried that she doesn't mean it.
Only yours.
Yeah. The other one is, but I do have some biting back groans because he's attracted to her.
Okay.
Apparently she's very pretty. This is never directly addressed in the book about how attractive the one. They usually
like describe in detail every aspect of a woman.
No, this one is very strange in that it's not. You get the sense she's not thin and she's not short. They just describe her as curvy and she's got like dark features. Like she has dark hair, she has dark eyebrows, she has dark eyes. But there's nothing like specific. I could not picture this woman.
Okay. So just generic.
But like, yeah, but she's also at least very attractive to him. And so
I would hope so.
When it switches to his point of view, especially when they're courting, he's like, oh, I have to stop looking at her. Stop. Or my pants get tight.
That is not what was said.
Yeah.
That's, okay, my favorite line that I've been reading is like on the zipper, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're so hard, it's like busting through the zipper. Like, calm down.
Nothing is busting through a zipper.
Leave that zipper alone.
Now,
you may be uncomfortable, but you'll be alright.
Now, if it was buttons, maybe. That would be actually make for a really funny scene. Where the button actually, like,
just,
breaks.
Like, springs out.
But a zipper's not breaking.
No. But I feel like they describe that every time. And it's like, calm down.
That and ball tightening.
That's just hockey. I don't know how many balls have tightened in hockey. But it seems to be a common theme.
Yeah. Otherwise, I actually had two almost bingos. Dang it. I was missing tiny woman, which she wasn't. They made a point of making it clear that she wasn't small.
But they're usually just tiny.
Yeah, and but they're not. They're normal sized women. The men are just 6'4".
They're the problem, okay?
Yeah.
It's not us. It's not the women.
The other one I was missing was the good girl praise.
Oh.
I don't have that.
That's crazy. I feel like that happens a lot. Like, just any praise.
No,
like, you're so good.
He was pretty into being, like,
Ugh.
assuming she was, like, a vapid, empty socialite with, again, no basis for those beliefs.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And it's never, like, further investigated. It's brought up by one of her friends that she's actually very economical and, like, redos her dresses every London season. Uh-huh. But he never, like, goes further into that. He, at no point does he go, oh my gosh, she's actually be really perfect for the dukedom because she's great with money.
Yeah.
And knows how to, like, repurpose things.
Yeah.
Like, at no point are these very valuable skills that this woman brings to a poor, destitute duke who can't do math.
Like, are they being used at all?
At no point is it brought up. Or is there a discussion about the benefits?
Oh my. I mean, why would there be? Why?
No. Yeah.
We got anything else?
I'm looking. Didn't want their relationship. He didn't. He was like, I'm poor. I can't get married. And I'm also, like, investigating this woman's mother for murder for no reason.
Yeah.
She very much, though, of course, was trying to trick him into marrying her by going after a playwright. Don't question the plot.
I would never do that. It's too valid. You know, I think I probably could use that one because the book I used, Joey, it's like an age gap of like, I don't know, 10-ish years or something. And of course it's like the little sister, you know what I'm saying? Going after like the brother's best friends. And they didn't want to be together, but then they just like had to be together. One of those situations.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm familiar with those situations.
Are you familiar with them?
A little bit. I'm a little familiar with those situations.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I could have probably used that one, but that would have gave me 3 bingos.
I hate you.
I just read real trash.
Yeah, no.
Absolute trash.
No, those were the 2 almost bingos I had. I do think emotional drinking was a good ad.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this book opened up.
I feel like every book I've read, it's like people getting mad and drinking, though. It's just like, I can't take it. Let me get alcohol. And it's like, okay, sure.
Because that's going to solve your problems.
It always does, Morgan.
Yes.
It always does. Like, this main character was drinking. She got handed a bad drink, ended up drugged, kidnapped.
Oh my god.
Bam.
Drugged and kidnapped.
Bam. Margaritas are dangerous in that book. Don't accept them, even if it's from your best friend. Is, the moral of that story.
Okay.
All right. So what am I going to read next?
Yes, I get to pick your book.
Yeah.
Based on cover alone.
I sent you 5 covers, and I think I'm going to use whatever one you pick as the next smut bingo book.
Kayla, 4 out of the 5 are just chest.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know they're horny. What do you mean? Okay, it's smut. Like, I gave you... Yeah, okay.
Hold on, let's read out the titles.
Start at the beginning.
Distance.
Yep. I think
Beneath
it's
the
Mafia.
Mask series.
Yep, a mafia book.
Mafia is so big right now.
It is. It's fun.
The next one is simply Dig.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about. But look at that photo.
It is a man in a hooded peacoat.
Yes.
No shirt.
Mm-hmm. With tail lights. Carry on.
Brutal obsession. He's a hockey god.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the one who got in his way.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
Don't
How
know.
did she get in his way?
I may or may not find out based on what you pick. Obviously, she's a distraction like every woman has ever been in their life.
Play it dirty. Players of Hannaford, you.
Yep, that's all I got.
I want to comment on the author's name for this one.
Okay.
Michelle Hercules.
Yes. Yep, we're moving on. USA Today best-selling author. Which, I'm sorry, but that means nothing to me.
Her greatest mistake. Greatest love series, book 1. This is another man.
But he's like twisted,
shirtless.
You know what I'm saying?
He looks like he's stretching.
Yeah.
And is in boxers.
Yep. Those are the 5 I sent you.
This is an awful... pick Dig.
Yay!
It has the least explanation on the cover.
Yeah, it's just got like a truck tail lights.
Yeah, there's no...
And,
what is this about?
Yeah.
What is Dig about? Like, there's no... don't know if it's about hockey. You don't know if it's about a grave digger. I'm going to assume there's murder.
Oh, there has to be. Look at it.
You pick the book.
I don't remember what... I probably read a snippet about it and was like, sure, I'll add it to the list. But some of these I haven't read anything about, but I picked covers too.
I do dislike the choice of a hooded peacoat.
It's awful. Distance, I think, was a book that I keep seeing on TikTok.
No.
So that would be a TikTok book that has led me astray in the past. I don't remember.
Is there something wrong with the guy's hands also in the Distance cover?
Yeah, he's like missing 3 fingers. What do you mean? Oh no, he has fingers. That's fine. I was still missing 1. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all there. Okay. No worries. They're just a little odd. His tattoos are weird too. That doesn't matter.
We don't need to look at it too closely.
I already started zooming in. So I'm reading Dig by L.A. Farrow, or however you want to pronounce that.
Farrow works.
Yeah, that'll be my smut bingo book. I hope it treats me well.
I hope it doesn't.
I hate you. You're just mad because I got almost 3 bingos.
No, I want to know what this book is about, and I hope it's a disappointment.
You're gonna make me sad. That's heartbreaking.
Well, we have no idea. Is it like another mafia book?
I don't know. I can look up
read
and tell
a
you.
blurb.
All right,
read a blurb for us.
Let me find it. Because, What? Oh, that's not
I
the
mean,
book.
the cover tells us nothing. It's a shirtless man who's got real big pecs. Like, he's got some real tits on him.
Yep.
And a hooded peak. I cannot emphasize enough that he's wearing a hooded peacoat like a high schooler who's trying to be cool and failing.
Yeah.
And it's not just taillights. It's definitely truck taillights. In the bottom corner.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, regrets. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it down here. This book contains dark themes and is meant for readers 18 years and older. A list of potential trigger warnings can be found on the author's website. Please read responsibly.
I do feel like if it comes with trigger warnings, it should be on the book.
It should, but they never are. It's 410 pages.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on now. Oh, it's a second chance romance. Let me pull up I was supposed to be attending a friend's birthday party, not used as bait to lure out the elusive Holden Hayes. Holden was the last thing I needed. My life was already spiraling a slow-moving, head-on collision that you couldn't swerve to avoid. In hindsight, so was his. Neither of us was looking for a relationship, but that's precisely what we found. An instant, all-consuming, soul-deep connection that few people ever find. I'm not reading the rest of that. That's all I'm giving you.
You have fun with that. And nowhere in that synopsis does it explain why the title is called Dig.
Nope. And I'll let you know. That's all I got for you. I don't know. That's all I got for you.
Okay, well, you have good luck with that. I'm going to read my large print edition of Four Weddings and a Dude.
You blind old bat.
Listen, I should just embrace it.
You are.
My
Look
lenses are thicker than my glasses frames. I should just embrace it.
I mean, you're going to have to at this point. You're blind. I'm just going to buy you large print, word searches now. Reach your full potential.
I used to do those with my grandma when I was little.
Yeah, I figured. I think we all did, though. I did them with my grandma. Alright.
The mouse fell asleep.
You just click it.
Oh, okay. Bye.